Hey guys, we're out here again today doing some more maintenance on the 2002 Toyota Tacoma. What we're actually doing today is going to be replacing the spark plugs. The plugs that are in it are well past their life expectancy, and what we're going to be replacing them with is the Bosch double iridium, I believe is how you pronounce that. I'll leave a link down in the description to where you can actually get these plugs from Amazon. These are a little bit better plug than some of the others out there on the market. These are just kind of the ones that I like. And the process of changing these plugs is very simple. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, you shouldn't really have any trouble by doing this. Just follow a few basic steps and you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. The first thing that we need to do is to unplug our coil pack. What you do to get that unplugged is you will push down on this tab here, and then once you have it pushed down, you will be able to pull it off. I've already actually loosened this one. They can be a little bit stubborn to get out of there, but if you push down hard enough on that and be kind of gentle because you don't want to break it, and pull that right off, and then once you have that loose, the next step is to remove this 10mm bolt, and that will give you access to your spark plug. Your whole coil pack here will pull out of the way, and you can get your ratchet down in there to pull the spark plug itself out. I highly recommend that you actually invest in a plug socket. These are a little different than your regular sockets. As you can see here, this is designed for kind of cradling the plug. This is basically, it's a 5/8 socket, but that design of it is made to cradle the plug, and plus it also has a magnet that helps you to lift the plug out. As you can see, it's holding it with no problem whatsoever. And I will actually put a link down in the description to Amazon to where you can pick one of these up. And we've got the old plug out, and it was definitely well past its due date of being changed. You can see the difference here. We got our money's worth out of this last set, let's put it that way. And now that we've got that one out, it's time to start putting this one back in, and we need to put just a little bit of anti-seize on the threads, and it'll make it much easier for you the next time. Alright, we've got our anti-seize on our plug. These plugs, one thing about them is they do come pre-gapped, and you can see the advantages of this socket. It is actually holding that plug as I put it into place. Just kind of give it a wiggle and turn it gently. Do not force this, or you're going to cause yourself a lot of trouble. You want to make sure that you can screw it down pretty much all of the way just by hand. And again, do not, under any circumstances, over tighten this. You will cause yourself a lot of aggravation later on, and also you can cost yourself a lot of money. So now that we have it in place, we're just going to snug it slightly. You can see I'm not putting very much pressure on it whatsoever. And there we go. Now, you can see my ratchet is there. That magnet is pretty strong on this. I'm just kind of wiggling it around and then lifting it right back out, just like that. Now that we've got the plug installed, we are going to put the coil pack back in. I've put a little bit of what's called boot keeper on this, and what it does is kind of helps to keep this from seizing onto the plug. If you've ever had trouble trying to pull one of these off,
The boot keeper is, and there's several different brands out there, but what it does basically is helps to keep the plug wires, or in this case the coil, from sticking onto the plug. I'm sure that some of you guys may have had that happen to you, and I'll put a link down in the description to where you can get some of those also. And now we're just putting everything back together here. I've got this slipped down into place. I just need to plug it up and then put the bolt in, and we'll move on to the next plug. And the remaining plugs are going to be just as this one as far as their installation. I had to get a little light out here. It's getting kind of dark on me. Something that you're going to have to do to get to the center two plugs is to remove this air intake box. And the way that you do that is by loosening this clamp here. Also loosen this clamp here and remove this hose. Just pull it back out of the way. And underneath this air box there are 2 bolts that come through this heat shield. I don't know if you can see it down there where my hand is, and those take a 12mm wrench to be able to loosen those, and they should come off fairly easy. And once you have those loosened, you should be able to pull this air box up out of your way, giving you access to the center 2 plugs. After a little bit of twisting, you can see that I've got the intake up far enough to where I can get the plugs out. I could go ahead and remove the thing completely, but I've got plenty of room there. I can move it around wherever I need it to be, and I've actually got that second plug out with no problem, and we're now working on putting the new plugs in. We've got everything back together. Seems to be running pretty smoothly right now. Sounds a little bit better as far as its idle, and I think we have helped ourselves quite a bit with this. Anyways guys, hope you liked the video. Drop me any comments down below. Also, again, don't forget to check out the links down in the description to some of the tools as well as the spark plugs that I used. Check out the rest of the videos on the channel. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.